Hi everyone. This time you get to see me. Lots of you requested that I should show myself in my videos. Tonight I'm cooking Pajeri Nenas, which is pineapple curry. It so happens I'm having guests tomorrow, so for iftar that is. So I have quite a lot of tin pineapple here. You could have the fresh pineapple, but as you can see, my pineapple didn't ripe in time for tonight, so I decided to go with the tin option. In here I've got 2 tins of sliced pineapples. Tin was that size. There was about 8 slices in a tin, if I'm not mistaken. 2 roughly chopped onions, which will be blended in a minute. About 1 inch ginger, about 5 cloves of garlic, 2 cinnamon sticks, star anise and cardamoms, about 25 grams of fish curry. This is powdered dried shrimps, which you can buy from the Asian shop. That's 2 tins of coconut milk. I might not use all of it. Then I use coarse sea salt for my curries. This is coconut paste. I will show you in a separate video at some point how to make this coconut paste. It's literally grated coconut, dried, roasted in a pan until it goes golden brown, and you pound it until it turns to oil, and that has been kept in the freezer for me to use as and when. And this is palm sugar. Again, you can buy these from Asian shops, Chinese supermarkets in particular, but this one obviously was flown in especially for me from Malaysia. Now to start, I'm going to blend my onions, my ginger and my garlic with a bit of water. I'm also going to put in the curry powder so that it mixes well with the onions and the rest of it. So I'm going to pour that in there and mix a bit of water in there. In the meantime, I'm heating up my oil in my pan. So there's a bit of oil in there because I've got quite a lot of ingredients in here. So I'm going to blend this now. It'll help if I put in the right plug. So this is the sort of texture you're looking for after the onions and garlic and ginger has been blended. So my oil is nice and hot now, so I'm just going to throw that in to the pan. Keeping it on sort of medium flame. Don't want it too hot. I don't want the onions to burn quickly. And with that, I'm going to put in my cinnamon sticks and my star anise and my cardamoms. So I'm going to let that simmer for a bit until it goes slightly brown. It's going to start spitting, so I would recommend to be at a distance, or if you have one of these protector things, you can stop it from spitting too much. I can see that oil has soaked through my paste and my pot it's almost burnt at the bottom. I've had it on medium heat for about 10 minutes, but then this I'm talking about quite a bit of it. So if you're making half the recipe, maybe about 6 minutes. Now I'm putting in the powdered shrimp, and I know some of you who are vegetarian might not, or who are not seafood lovers, might not want that in the recipe, which is fine. You can do without. So you can leave that out if you like. It's not going to make much of a difference. Now I'm going to put in the coconut paste. I'm going to leave it to melt down for a bit. I'm going to try and get that broken down. I'm going to add a little bit of the coconut cream to help it melt down. Melt down now. If only you could smell the aroma, it's just lovely. Beautiful. Maybe sometime in the future you can actually smell through videos. Who knows? Okay, that's a bit hard. Let's put in some more of the coconut milk. I'm going to put in the salt, which is roughly about half teaspoon. Again, as I said, it was coarse sea salt that I used. You can use table salt, it's not a problem. The challenge later on would be trying to get the burnt bits off your pot at a later stage. Okay, it's starting to spit again. So I'm going to use my cover and put it on a lower heat. Okay, I'm going to put in the palm sugar. Okay, I'm going to use all 1.5 of it. And it will melt down eventually in there. It will take a bit of time. I would normally try and use my huge chop bar to chop it down, but then it is about nearly 10 o'clock at night and I don't want to wake my neighbours up. So that's going to have to melt down in my pot. Like so. Then we're going to add a bit more of the coconut cream. And that's it. Yeah. So you just have to keep on simmering like this for the next maybe 15 minutes. This is what it looks like after 15 minutes. You can see the oil has risen up to the surface. The sugar palm is now all melted down. So this is just the right texture I'm looking for, and it smells just lovely. So the next thing would be to put in the pineapple slice. Now I've turned the fire right down to the minimum, just so that spitting sort of reduces. And I'm going to do this with a different ladle, so that I don't pick up any juices from the pineapple. And to put this in, you have to be really careful because the pineapple is quite soft, so you don't want to break any of them. You want to try and maintain the nice round rings when you serve your Pajeri Nenas or your pineapple curry to your guests or to yourself. So it just goes in nice and slowly like that, one at a time. The thing is about this dish is you have to be really patient and sort of try and stay away from it because of the spitting. But you can see it's really nice texture at the moment. So I think I've got about 12 pieces of pineapple in there. I didn't count it, but I'm just guessing. So once all of them are in the pot, I'll turn the fire up again to a medium flame. So you don't want to stir this at this point. As I say, you don't want to break any of the rings. Well, you try not to anyway. I must admit, using the tin pineapples, they are a lot softer than the fresh pineapples. But fresh pineapples, you can't guarantee the sweetness unless you're in Malaysia. So now I've got them all in, I'm going to turn fire up again slightly to medium flame, and I'm going to leave it there for about another 5-6 minutes. And the reason why I'm cooking this tonight rather than tomorrow, and I'm having my guests tomorrow evening, is because overnight this dish is nicer. You can cook it in the same day, of course, it's, you know, it's fine, but I find that by cooking it the night before, the sweetness of the palm sugar, the pineapple, it all comes a lot nicer than being cooked in the same day. So I'm going to leave it there for about 5 minutes, and I'm going to come back. So this is about 3 minutes after putting the pineapple into the pot, and what I'm doing is I'm just sort of lifting it from the bottom slightly so it doesn't get stuck onto the bottom of the pan or the pot. But I have to do it really carefully not to break the pineapple rings. At the same time, we bring up the oil to the surface over the pineapples, and allowing the oil to simmer at the bottom of it, so it's nicely cooked through and through.